guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany and I make cleaning and mommy lifestyle videos here on YouTube. I post every week on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. and occasionally I'll have bonus videos thrown in there for you guys too. Today I'm going to show you how I meal prep for our family of 5. I say family of 5 because we are, however, our youngest is only 5 months old, and I'm really excited because I'm going to show you guys in this video how I make Brussels sprouts and broccoli that my kids actually eat and enjoy. My 8-year-old actually asks for these Brussels sprouts, which I think is just crazy because there is no way I would have eaten them when I was a kid. So right now I'm washing all of our produce. I'm gonna be real, I used to just rinse our produce under the sink, and I thought that that was good enough, and I don't think that I was maybe spending as long as you should do if you're going to go that route. So I've recently started putting water in a bowl and then just putting our produce in here, and then after a few minutes I'll kind of move it around and just let it soak, and then I'll pull everything out and dry it, and you can just tell there's so much left in the bowl that's just absolutely disgusting. So I really think this is probably the better method of washing produce, though I'd like to try one of the produce washes. I know Thieves, I think they make one from Young Living, but I just haven't tried that yet. I know a lot of people swear by it, so I might have to get some soon. So I'm gonna do about half of a container with spinach, and then the rest of the spinach I'm going to put in a freezer bag and freeze it for smoothies. Just gonna use these 2 mats to dry our produce. Alright, so now that I have taken those out, I've just rinsed my bowls and put some fresh water in them. I'm gonna let these potatoes soak. So not gonna lie, this is really tedious to wash all the lettuce by rinsing it and then having to dry each leaf. But it does last longer than when I buy the bagged salad mixes. I like to put paper towel on top and bottom of our lettuce. That way it helps kind of absorb some of the moisture as it sits in the fridge. You can also use towels. I just always go back to using the paper towel because I can just toss it. I know it's kind of a lot of paper towels, but it works for us. I just leave them like this, and then if we want to make fajitas, I can just toss them in the pan. If I want to make an omelet, I can just dice them up right before I cook them, and we're good to go. Alright, so now that I've got these in my little containers, I put a little paper towel at the bottom, again, just to soak up excess moisture. I just find that this helps them last longer. You could probably store these too in some water, I bet. I do that with my carrots and cucumbers and celery. I just store them in glass jars. Here it goes. Glass jars with water. And I bet that you could do that with peppers. I just haven't tried it. So even though I'm not prepping any onions today, I wanted to show you guys what I do with onions because I feel like I have found the best time-saving hack with onions. So I go ahead and I buy the big bag of onions, and that day that I come home, I wash them all and then I dice them all in one go. I absolutely hate cutting onions, but I use it in just about everything we make, so I have to cut a lot of them. So what I do is however many I think are going to be used within the week, I put in this little glass container, and then I put this plastic wrap on top, and I just kind of try and get it as tight as possible. And once I have that on there and my little lid, it doesn't smell, because I found every other way that I tried to store cut onion in the fridge, the entire refrigerator would start to smell like onion, and all of the food smelled like onion, and it's just not fun. So this has really worked for us, and I just absolutely love doing it. And so whatever I don't think we're going to use of my diced onions, I just put in a freezer bag and toss it in the freezer until I'm ready. So I'm just going to cut all of the ends off the Brussels sprouts, and then I just slice them in half. My 8-year-old actually asks for Brussels sprouts, or he'll get seconds of them, and it just cracks me up because I would not have asked for Brussels sprouts as a kid. It's definitely something that, I mean, even as an adult, I was like, no, Brussels sprouts are gross. There's no way I'm making those. And then I made them this way, and I actually really like them, which is nice because, like I said, the 8-year-old loves them, and so does my husband. So I do try to make them pretty often. The other thing I do is all of my scraps from today, I'll put in a freezer bag, and I set those in the freezer, and then once that bag is full, I just put it in a pot, fill it with water, and I make my own vegetable stock. As tedious as all of this meal prepping can be, I really enjoy doing it because I just know that once it's done, I'm done with it for the whole week, and I don't really have to chop anything else up. I'm ready to just make what I want to make. All right, so I'm gonna set my oven to 350, and then I'm going to go ahead and season these and toss them in. All right, so this is what I'm going to use to season my Brussels sprouts. I drizzle some avocado oil on them and a little bit of maple syrup, and then some salt and pepper. And I don't measure anything. I just kind of pour it on and see what looks about right, and it comes out great every time. I don't think that there's an exact science to it. If you like them a little sweeter, you can add more syrup. I'm trying not to make them too sweet because I still want them to be healthy for my kids. So I try to use as little as I can while still enough that they're sweet so that the boys will eat them. But yeah, I can't believe it. Just so simple, and my kids actually eat them. You could use any oil really. We just happen to like the avocado oil. I don't know, I just feel like it almost tastes like everything's been cooked in butter, even though it hasn't. Gonna be real, I don't know how much better it is for you than butter or olive oil. I just know that I've seen a lot of people that are cooking healthier foods using this, and so I went and bought it, and then once I did, it was like, we're never going back because we absolutely love it. I'm just gonna mix that together a bit, and then spread them back out. And then I'll put them in the oven on 350 until everything is soft, and even some of the leaves are a little bit charred. Sometimes I'll put it on broil at the end. The kids and I really like when they're nice and soft, but Jacob loves that like crisp char on them, so I try and make sure that there's a good amount of them that have that, so everybody's kind of got what they like. So again, I love using these potatoes because I just have to chop them in half. I don't have to do a whole lot with them. do like to cut the broccoli down a bit because it's the silliest thing, but my kids are more likely to eat the broccoli if it's in smaller bite-sized pieces than they are if it's this giant thing of broccoli. Kids are weird, guys. I don't understand. Let me know in the comments below if your kids have weird little quirks like that. If you guys are liking this video and you feel like you're learning something today or it's helping you out, please go ahead and hit that like button. It lets me know what kind of videos you guys like to see. I'm just gonna season these with the avocado oil, salt and pepper. I do use sea salt when I roast my vegetables. I feel like I use less of it and it gives me a really good amount of flavor versus like table salt. The other nice thing about making your potatoes and like roasting them on a sheet pan like this is if you decided that you wanted them mashed, they're already cooked and you don't have to sit there and watch them boil on the stove and worry about it boiling over. They're just ready to go. So if I really felt like it, I could just put them in a bowl and mash them real quick, or I could toss them in my KitchenAid bowl and have it blend them together for me with just a little bit of some heavy cream, and they'd be ready to go. So that's why I like meal prepping like this. I like to have variety. I don't like to have a set, this is what I'm going to eat on this day, and that I have to stick to it, because when I have a meal plan like that, I won't do it. I think I just mentally like to rebel, and so I'm like, oh, you said you were gonna eat that today? No, let's get takeout. So when I meal prep like this and I can just, you know, pick what feels good that day, I'm more likely to skip the takeout. So I just have this little gadget that I use to cut like carrot sticks or grapes in quarters. I have an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old. I don't know if you can see him walking around here.
Last night we didn't have any grapes.
Yeah, we didn't have any.
And Mom, you like salad.
Yeah, you like salad?
Yeah, I like salad, but not purple salad.
Not purple salad, so not cabbage?
No, I don't. But I do like different kind of ones, like the ones I like the feather ones.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the feather ones.
Okay. So I have an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old, and then the 5-month-old who's obviously not going to be eating these grapes. But I know that my 8-year-old does not need them cut up, and honestly, my 3-year-old probably doesn't either, but I believe I read that grapes were a choking hazard up to like age 4, and so just out of precaution, I go ahead and cut them anyway. With these carrots, I'm going to make a bit of some soup, and I'm going to make some carrot applesauce, which is one of my favorites. I feel like it tastes like you're eating carrot cake, but it's much healthier.
I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. stars, I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive.
Alright, so I have my container full of water here, and that's where I'm going to store these little like carrot sticks. And these will stay fresh for like at least a week. Normally I think it's probably about 2 weeks or so. They don't normally last because we've eaten them much quicker than that, but they're all set. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and make that carrot applesauce. What I've done is put a little water in this pot. It's just enough to kind of cover the bottom, not much at all.
It's been 4 weeks since you called, and I've been waiting here for you all alone. I've been waiting here for you all alone. Where you been?
Okay, so now I'm just going to add some cinnamon. When I say some, I mean a lot because we love cinnamon. So I just add that. Now I'm going to let it sit on about a medium-low heat on the stove, and it'll just simmer there for a long while. And then once everything is soft, I'll just use my blender. I'll either put it in my blender or use the immersion blender. We'll see. Just depends on my mood. Okay, so I just have all of my vegetable scraps on that back burner with some water and some salt. I also put a few chicken bones that I had in the freezer into it, so we'll see how that comes out. I did it with a pork bone and it was really good, so I'm hoping that this will be the same. Brussels sprouts are done, and this is what they look like. I did not get how long that they cooked. I want to say about 30 minutes. I really failed there, guys. I just watch them until they look about like this, and once they do, I'm like, okay, time to pull them out. But I'm gonna guess it was between 20 and 30 minutes. By putting this olive oil in and letting it warm up. Now that our oil is heated up, I'm just gonna add some onion. You like it when it's cooked and you just don't realize it.
I'd rather be with you than someone I don't know. Now it's like we're living in two separate worlds. Come on back to me, say that you won't go. I can't cope without you and I wanna hold you close. Say that you won't go. Say that you won't go. Say that you won't go. Say that you won't go.
Over here, our carrot applesauce is starting to get a little bit tender. Still got a while to go though. All right, so I messed up and did not have my camera recording, but all I did was add the potatoes and some vegetable stock that I had made last week. Mix it up a bit, and I'm gonna add a little more salt, and then we will be good to just let this sit until it simmers. All right, so at this point it's about 4:30. I've been cooking and meal prepping all day, and now it is time to get dinner going. So I already have the Brussels sprouts and the potatoes that can work for tonight's dinner, and I'm gonna go ahead and make some chicken. Just like to put a little bit of cooking spray on there so it doesn't stick to the foil. And in my little bowl here, I just have some salt, pepper, and Old Bay. All right, everything in our soup is nice and tender. You can see the potatoes are pretty much just falling apart. So I'm gonna let that cool for a little bit, and then I will transfer it into the blender. All right, so this is one of our favorite dressings. We've just got some cilantro, avocado, salt, and I used some white pepper. It really doesn't matter which pepper you use. That was just what was next to me, so I grabbed it. And then I'm just gonna pour in some olive oil because I ran out of my avocado oil, but normally I would use that in this. And then we're just gonna blend that all together. So here is our salad dressing. I call it salad dressing, but I use that loosely. It's more of like a sauce-like consistency, and it's really good on just about everything. So we'll dip vegetables in it, put it on top of a salad, and like tonight with the chicken, I'll probably put a little on my plate and dip it into my chicken as well. All right, so that is good. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. And then once it cools down, we'll use the immersion blender and get that all ready. Okay, so now I have these about 2.5 containers of the carrot potato soup. So I will put 2 of them into the freezer, and then I'll keep 1 in the fridge for my lunches for the next few days. So we have our carrot applesauce right here, and we will just put a little Cool Whip on top of that for dessert. It's super yummy, tastes like carrot cake, but it's got way less sugar. I will have all of today's recipes linked in the description box below for you guys. If this video helped motivate you to meal prep for your week, or maybe you've gotten some inspiration from some of the recipes, be sure to hit that like button. It lets me know what kind of content you guys enjoy so that I can keep making that for you. If you guys try any of these recipes, please be sure to leave me a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear how they worked out for you and whether or not your kids like the Brussels sprouts and broccoli. I'm really interested to see how many other kiddos just love them. And if you did enjoy this video and you like mommy content, cleaning, and cooking and meal prepping, be sure to hit the subscribe button for me. That way you never miss one of my videos.
Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.